Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy V, the 4-job Fiesta for TNV Small Critter Rescue. Had to take a little break there for a few days, unfortunately, because of grad school work, but now I'm back to regular uploading, so sorry about that. So last episode we went back to Tycoon Castle. We learned a little bit about Princess Lenna's past, and that she had an older sister named Princess Sarissa. Sarissa was also the name of my rat who started these 4-job fiestas, so she did the first 3 years. So go back and check them out. But now we're heading back to, we're back on track to go to saving the crystals. So we were told that there's a crystal in Karnak, the fire crystal, and we need to go shut that machine off. So we don't know how to get to Karnak, but apparently somebody from Karnak warped to Worus via the meteorite, so we're gonna try that. So head to the Worus meteor. See that thing up there? There's like 2 stones there. They are symbolic of the crystal, so if a 3rd crystal breaks, there would only be 1 stone left there, so yeah, we couldn't see that earlier in the game, but earlier in the game, there would have been like all 4 stones would have been there, but so we see that the meteorite has warped us over this way, and we're in a new area here, so got some new enemies you want to take out. So there's a grass turtle, the one on the bottom there. They always drop turtle shells, which is an item used for mixing the chemist job. We don't have that job, but there's some pretty good mixes that you can make with the turtle shell, so they're a good enemy to farm if you have a chemist in your party. So that Angel down there, that plant thing, it hit TNV there with an aging spell. What aging does is it turns your hair white and it makes your stats gradually decrease throughout battle. Yeah, basically now TNV will be basically like doing less damage when he attacks, but he's not really attacking, he's just using that healing staff. But if he was attacking, he would do less damage, his agility and stuff would go down, so he'd be easier to hit. But yeah, you can see that the healing already went down a little bit. He went like 276 to like 250 there. That's because the stats were going down as he's aging, so. But it's only a temporary effect. After the battle, it wears off, so you don't have to worry about it. Now, I want to meet an enemy in here, just to fill out our bestiary. But in the forest area around here, you want to farm around to find these guys here, the wild knacks. Especially if you have a blue mage. There's going to be, out there, they just did an attack there for 0 damage, but it's kind of preceded by a weird-looking attack animation. That is a blue magic spell. Basically what it does is it does damage equal to the amount of damage that the wild knack has sustained already in battle. So because we haven't hit the wild knacks yet, whenever it uses that blue magic attack, it will basically just do 0 to us. I guess it's good for high levels when you have a whole bunch of hit points and something hits you. It's much better when monsters have that skill, because monsters tend to have, you know, really high hit points, so they can deal a lot of damage with that magic spell. There's one enemy later on that basically all it does is it counters you with that spell, and has like 5,000 hit points, so by the time you do a bunch of damage to it, it's pretty much one-shotting your character, so you have to find other ways to defeat it, like status effects. We don't have to worry about any of that right now. That'll be much later. We'll just keep going down. And not too further from here, we'll see, there's Karnak Castle. There's 3 places we can go. We can go to the castle, the village, and then there's that steamship. I say we can go to 3 places, but we technically can only really go into the village. If we try to get into the castle here, the guards prevent us. If we try to go into the ship, the guards will prevent us there too as well. So we are stuck going into the village. The village, though, not everything is accessible in the village right now. There's some places that are blocked off by fire, and some of the magic shops are closed. So see, the magic shop there is closed. I should have said some magic shops. Their magic shop is closed, so yeah, we can't buy that. So apparently there's the people from the ancient library. We were told about them basically back in Worus. We were told that that one scholar there was like, man, I'd be able to learn a lot more if I was able to visit the ancient library. So apparently that's like a place where there's a whole bunch of books and stuff. But the people there were apparently telling the queen here in Karnak to stop amplifying the crystal. She wouldn't listen to them, so in order to prevent them from coming and bothering her, she built a wall over to the west of the castle. The ancient library lies south of here. That's where Dr. Sid is from. Dr. Sid, we just learned earlier, is the one who built the machines to amplify the crystals. Yeah, try to get past this fire and just get that little thing. So you're going to have to come back here later when those fires are extinguished. You heard of a monster called Crew Dust? There's only one of them left to hit you with Flash. They're tough. This guy gives a bunch of information about monsters. He'll give about another monster later. But the Crew Dust is a monster that's going to be in a future dungeon. And like he said, if they are the only monster on the screen, they'll use a flash spell which blinds your characters. You have to use an eye drop to remove that. Is the wolf thing that came from the meteor really a bad guy? Have you heard there's a rumor going around Dr. Sid is locked up in jail? I'm an adventurer from Jakol, but the road to the ancient library south has been blocked, so I can't go home. The weapons and armor and soul in Jakol are really strong. Yeah, we can't get there. I'm in love with fire. I saw a weird guy being captured by the soldiers. Yeah, we got another piano here to play. In order to advance the plot, we're going to have to go to the weapon shop and armor shop and buy something there. We're going to want to buy a new mithril sword. It's interesting though, depending on your class, it depends on what you want to buy there. But at first, the items are really, really cheap because they're using the power of the fire crystal to, I guess, basically power their forges. So they can shape metal and stuff. So the first thing you want to get is going to be really, really cheap. But you can only get one. We usually make weapons and armor thanks to the crystals, so the town's weapons and armor are extremely inexpensive. We're going to buy the mithril sword because that's the basically the best thing that we want here. That's going to be really expensive. If you're like, say, like a berserker, I bought the mithril hammer because that's a little bit more expensive. So you want to get something that's, you know, cheap. But yeah, so we got one mithril sword. If you try to like get 3 of them, like because we have 3 mystic knights, magic knights, as soon as you try to change it from 1 to 3, you'll get whisked away by the guards here. So don't be greedy. Just grab one. Even though we all get thrown in jail, we do manage to keep that sword that we just bought there. There's not much to do in jail, just it's a time-based thing. You just wander around here a little bit, see some of the things. So we see all those, there's a bunch of treasure chests there. There's a bunch of treasure chests in this castle that we won't be able to get to. And they're blocked by fire. Later on, the fire extinguishes, we can get the treasure chest, but this is the time dungeon I was talking about. Eventually, we're going to have to get to a point where we're going to be going through the castle. We're going to have 10 minutes to get through the entire castle, and that means collecting all the treasure. So that's why I did that level grinding, so I was a little bit stronger so that I can take out the enemies really quickly, so I was able to get all the treasure. Now, what do we do? Who is this guy? He's lost my special gunpowder to find that the other side of this wall was just another cell. You should have been paying attention when you were brought into jail. If you were brought in from the left, you should have been able to see that there was a jail on the right. And if you were brought in from the right, you would have definitely known that your cell had a cell next to it. You can only help but laugh. Hey, you just laughed, didn't you? Yeah, we did. But we'll deny it. Oh, never mind. I'm Sid. Sid isn't the guy who made the machines? Yeah, that's what I just asked. Yep, that is him. So why is he in jail? Well, he'll tell us his tale here. I'm sorry, no, it's not about all this is my fault. According to the book I found in the ancient library long ago, the crystals had much more greater power than they do now. I studied the crystals in Tycoon Wars and Karnak and built machines to amplify their power. But this is a terrible mistake. When a crystal's power is amplified, the crystal will shatter. It's all my fault. Oh. But why are you in jail? It was too late for me to save the crystals of Tycoon and Worus, so I knew I had to prevent at least Karnak's crystal from shattering. But they caught me when I tried to stop the machine. So you have the same goal we do. You're trying to protect the crystals too? Well, that's Sid who's supposed to be saying that, but I guess they misput the the line there. And we show him the shards of the crystal. These asked us to save the crystals. But we only have 2 shards. We have a bunch of shards, but we can only use 2 of them. The White Mage and the Magic Knight. Yeah, here comes the Minister. Why isn't the Queen coming? Well, we're going to learn that the Queen has somehow disappeared. So the Minister's taking over. What's the matter? What you said was right. A cracker's formed in the crystal. What? We stopped the machine at once, but the crystal's power continued to grow. The steamship, huh? The steamship is probably sucking up the crystal's power. Doctor said, please lend us your help. On one caveat. These people are going to help us. Huh? But they're people coming out of the meteor. They're the werewolves. Actually, it's only one werewolf, but... Well, then I won't help either. Now that fire is really annoying because if we could, put out the fire or just walk through the fire, the crystal is actually over to the left. I'm just going to go around, show this place off a little bit here. But we're supposed to go to the steamship, that ship where the guards kicked us off. That's going to be our next dungeon. But before we do that, we're going to do a little bit of exploration here. We're going to get a whole bunch of new equipment back in Karnak. Unfortunately, the Karnak prices are going to raise now since they shut the crystal off. Yeah, but right down to the south there, if you pass that fire, is where the crystal room is. But fire's preventing us from getting it, just like it's preventing us from getting that chest there, so... If we come down this way, that takes us to the cells where we were at. Just give you a little bit of a layout of the castle. Because we're going to be running through this castle later on. You see a whole bunch of treasure chests blocked off by fire. The engine is powered by fire. Probably not nice that there's fire right by the bookshelf there. These guys don't seem to be too worried about fires right in their castle. Cracks formed in the crystal, it's spewing out flames. We turned off the machine before the crystal cracked, but... So... Let's just keep wandering around here. This floor, there's nothing here. Either left or right, it's just a place to take up space. Kill off time off the clock when we're running through here, getting all the treasure. Assuming the crystals of Tycoon and Worus have shattered too. 100% true. The crystal cracks, Worus attacks. What is going on here? We'll learn eventually. We have a guard in bed here. The Black Shadow. Commander, please get up. He's talking about Black Shadow. Remember, there was that Black Shadow that abducted King Tycoon, Lenna's father, back in the Wind Shrine. So, that's something to look out for. The werewolf's target must be the crystal. Sure, it's a miracle the werewolf never attacked the town. He's only after the crystal. And we learned that the werewolf came from the meteorite. Here's the Queen's room, and we relied on the crystal's power too much. And then we learned the Queen is missing, and I guess that's why the Minister is running around so crazy. And he tells us, of course, that Sid is waiting on the ship, but like other timed events, really, there's no hurry to get to the ship. And of course, you can't get those treasure chests either. The one on the left has a really good spell. A white magic spell. Definitely don't want to miss that one. Hey, look, there's a werewolf, and he's trying to get into the castle. Remember that gunpowder that Sid had? Well, apparently he's giving it to the guards, and they used it to scare the werewolf off. So, but apparently he's a very persistent werewolf because they said he's gonna come back again later. He's been back several times. So we head to the steamship here. We're going to get our directions. This is our next dungeon. It's an interesting little ship. It's kind of steampunky, being a steamship, I guess. You'll see it's kind of wooden here, like old medieval ships. But once you get inside, it's kind of like a big technological wonder. There's like levers, switches, like computers, elevators. So it's a strange hybrid of modern technology and old technology. So they have a map there. Nothing we can take though. But we do want to take better equipment into this dungeon here. So we're going to head back to Karnak. The crystal, since they can't use the crystal anymore, prices have gone up. But the gear that we'll get there is worth the price. So I'm going to go over there and buy some new gear, including some new magic. We're going to be able to get level Elemental 2 spells, and that'll be good for our Magic Knights. Instead of casting Fire 1 on their swords, they'll cast Fire 2, Ice 2, Lightning 2. And we're going to have quite a few enemies here, and bosses coming up that will have elemental weaknesses. So this will definitely help make them a little bit faster. We're going to buy a bunch of other spells too that we won't necessarily have use for. Obviously we'll need Cure 2 and Life 2, Charm, White Magic spells. But there's some other magic that we can't use here, but we'll just buy it anyway. So yeah, the main thing we want to get is those level 2 elemental spells. And we've got some more time magic here that we can't use, but like I said, I'm trying to fill my my magic spells. So magic. I'm missing the black and white magic that we're missing. They're basically from like treasure chests. So we'll get them eventually. The Tiny and the Toad spell. I think it's kind of a throwback to Final Fantasy III, where you got those spells as you played the game. They unlock certain areas, like Toad allowed you to go into the Tower of Owen. Tiny allowed you to go into the mini village. So we're going to buy 2 more Mithril swords, and we're going to buy 3 of all the Mithril type gear here. We'd only had to buy 2 Mithril helmets if we would have kept that one that we would have found on the North Mountain, but I sold it to get some iron equipment. We'll also get TNV a new hat, tuned hat. And we'll get the Mithril gauntlets. They basically, the accessory, they give good defense, but like unlike most accessories, they don't usually like prevent like a status. So we'll eventually want to get rid of them eventually, but for now, we'll happily take the defense because the only other stuff we have are those like leather shoes and the glasses. Glasses prevents the dark status, which is that what the flash spell does. So glasses might be a bit useful to keep, but we won't. So we'll get rid of all this old stuff here. We're going to keep that Geoman bell because next class that we want to unlock is the Geomancer, and they use bells. I guess to communicate with nature, so we definitely want to keep that, so when we have that class, we have a weapon for them. That ninja gear and stuff, though, the shuriken and the ninja sword, we can't use them because we don't have access to the ninja class. It is a fire crystal job, though, so... But it's not our fire crystal job. Like I said, ours is the Geomancer, so... We're going to come back here in our next episode to go through the steamship, so take care, have a good one, see you then. Bye!